Water and Sanitation Minister Senzo Mchunu has apologized to South Africans affected by water disruptions this week. At the same time, Rand Water is currently conducting maintenance on its water infrastructure, which includes installing a new valve on a pipeline in Vereeniging. For what the minister had to say, we're joined now by our reporter Tumaole Mohlaoli. Tumaole, good evening and thanks for your time today. Firstly, let's just talk about the significance of this event that was held by the minister today. What was he really hoping to achieve?
Well, the significance of the event was basically to take the nation into confidence by Minister Mchunu and give an indication of how bad or how dire or not bad the situation is. In his words, it is not a crisis, but it is quite severe in the extent that almost up to 4 provinces at least are severely affected, if not 5, if not more, because he did mention Northwest Province, he did mention Free State Province, which really has seen service delivery protests coming to the fore in the so-called shutdown movement. At the heart of that was also the issue of water. Of course, Limpopo was also mentioned, the Eastern Cape was mentioned, so really the situation is widespread. However, the minister is very, very confident that these particular water cuts won't necessarily go into the festive season. Now, why he says that, before I get to that, let's hear what you spoke about, where he basically apologized to the nation and said that, you know, in terms of the government interventions, it was local government's issue in terms of maintaining the infrastructure. National had to intervene now because many municipalities are in a state of crisis, especially where these water crises are. Let's hear what he had to say in terms of his apology.
So to all the residents of Gauteng, we apologize. I want to move on to eThekwini. eThekwini, the issue is once more repairs that are being undertaken by Umgeni Water Board. We have on standby, virtually linked to this platform, the chair of the board of Umgeni. We had a chat, we had a conversation in terms of the work that they are doing in part of Durban. They are working hard. We're going to monitor them until they're able to finish the work or complete the work that they are doing. It's an issue of repairing a pump. They have sent people, a team of experts, to go and assess the pump in Durban Water Heights, and they will then get the outcome of the assessment. And once they are sure of the assessment, they will then start acting on the outcome of the assessment and the work that needs to be done in that particular pump. And as a result, a number of places are affected, including Umlazi, Phoenix, and a number of other areas in between. We apologize to the residents of eThekwini, particularly those that will be affected and therefore will be getting reduced water. And we're talking about reduced water. It's not a question of no water at all.
Now, the Water Affairs Minister went on to say that, you know, apart from apologizing, it is also incumbent on South African citizens to do their part and understand that water is not a non-ending resource that can just be wasted. The minister appealing to South Africans to use water sparingly, even though with the repairs to these pumps, it should not have a situation whereby over the festive season at least there won't be so many disruptions. However, the appeal being made for people to use water responsibility. Let's hear what he had to say there.
As the people of South Africa, we need to get to this understanding that we don't have as much water as we need. In other words, the demand for water in the country and in all provinces and in all districts and metros and in all locals is higher than what we have available as water. That doesn't mean that we're in crisis. It only means that when we go and open a shower, make up your mind, open up a tap, get in there, shower, and stop water as soon as possible.
Tumaole, while it may be a fair ask for the water minister for South Africans to also play their part and use water sparingly, what do we know about the work that government itself needs to be doing to prevent water leakages? Because we know that we lose over a third of our water to leakages due to maintenance that is not done, ironically.
Very ironic and very cruel irony at that, Kathy, and a very strong word from the minister saying that, from national government level, they will no longer stand by and watch residents struggle. They say that they're going to directly intervene in municipalities to ensure that water services and disruptions aren't basically lengthy things where residents are relying on municipalities that didn't basically report to national that there needed to be infrastructure maintenance programs that needed to be undertaken. And we've heard how, of course, wasteful and unnecessary infrastructure in many of these municipalities that are affected has led to this situation. So national government is going to assess directly where it needs to intervene, and those municipalities, for instance, that are under administration just in the Vaal and of course here in the Pretoria, Tshwane area, those municipalities are going to be supported by national. And this is what the minister is saying that people need to do their jobs now, and there's no longer any excuse for national to have to then do the work that provincial or local municipalities are geared to do. They're supposed to be leading from the front, because issues like water valves that are burst and aren't attended to then has a knock-on effect that puts the whole system under pressure, and when there needs to be planned maintenances, it becomes an issue that is untenable. So this was his response to that.
All right, Tumaole, let's leave it there for now. Certainly, the inconvenience is going to be felt by many residents, but Rand Water saying it absolutely must do the work that it needs to prevent any further outages of water.